Hey guys, what is up? It is your boy TheTerrain back at it again with another Minecraft resource pack tutorial. Now in today's tutorial we're going to go over the complete beginner's guide to Minecraft GUIs in 1.14 and above. Now quickly before we hop into the tutorial, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for helping me reach 100 subs, as well as the first resource pack tutorial reaching 1,500 and the second reaching 1,000. These are all big milestones and I really couldn't have done it without you, so I appreciate all the support lately. Now before we hop in, I'm just going to quickly explain what a GUI is. A GUI is a graphic user interface, and in Minecraft this includes the hotbar, the XP bar, the health bar, your inventory, hunger bar, chest, overlay, crafting table, everything like that. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I making a tutorial on a very basic topic? And the reason is because a lot of resource packs that I see, at least recently, do not really have a great GUI. In order to sell your resource pack, a good GUI is necessary. And even if it's something as simple as, putting your name in the inventory like this, just to credit yourself, it's very simple, but it makes a huge difference in the end. So today I'm going to share how you can spice up some of these GUIs. Now in order to achieve good GUIs, you are going to need a painting software that can export in .png files. So I'm going to be using paint.net, but also Photoshop works and, stuff like that. And without further ado, let's get right into how to make a good GUI. Alright, so you're going to start off on your desktop, or OBS for me, and you're going to want to go down to the little search bar, and you're going to want to type in %appdata% and enter it. Now in here, you're going to want to go into the Minecraft folder, resource packs, locate your resource pack, so for me, resource pack tutorial, assets, Minecraft, textures, and then here you're going to want to import in some files. Now unlike other resource pack tutorials where I just basically told you to go download the default resource pack, I've actually set up a link for you guys to download the GUI. So open that up and you can see a lot of features in here. You can see advancements, which has to do with advancements in the game. You can see container, which has to do with overlays for stuff like the chest, the crafting table, stuff like that. Presets for the world generation that you want to auto preset. But the main things that you're going to want in here are the icons, the container, the title, and you may also want widgets depending on what you want. Now I'm going to start off with the icons.png because this is what a lot of people tend to edit, which is good because it's very important. So open that up in your painting software. Now in here you can see all of the overlays over here. What I'm going to do is just put a kind of different color underneath it. So I'm going to do like a salmon color. This way you can see all the white things too. Now the other cool thing that you can do in here is that you can also make a custom crosshair, which is something that is very cool. In case you do not know, the crosshair is the thing in the middle of your screen. For example, if you do not like this plus, you can just change it up right over here. I've seen a lot of PvP packs in specific do something like this, or like this. I like to do a design where it's a square around and then in the middle this. I think that looks really cool in game, but it's just preference, and of course you can just keep it the same way. It does not really matter. A tip for crosshairs that I have is to not go into a higher resolution. I see some packs that go into like 512 by 512 and then they make the crosshair like a circle. Don't do that. Just keep it very plain and simple. The more you add to it, the worse it will look. So just keep it very simple and it will look good. Now over here is the hearts that you will mainly want to edit. You can do these for like golden hearts, but I think that the main ones are the red and this one mainly. Now a lot of resource packs also have a theme, and by this I don't mean like a medieval pack, even though you can do that. I mean like, changing the diamond armor from red to blue. However, when they do this, they don't change up any of the GUI, which just makes it look very boring. Now an easy way to do this is if you're going to change the diamond armor from like red to green, you can just select both of these on your icons layer, go to adjustments, use saturation, adjust it however you like, but if it's going to be green, you can even change it to green, or you can change it to blue, which I think looks pretty cool. It will take some getting used to in game, however, I think that it is very cool to have that feature. And this black outline right here, if you want to make it white, then it will outline the blue heart in white, but I think that it's fine like this. Now the hunger is another thing that people like to change. I don't really see how you could change it. Some people like to add in the beef texture over that, but I think I'm just going to keep it like this. Now the XP bar is another thing that you don't really need to do, but I think that it is pretty cool. Something that I really like to do with the XP bar is overlay something called a gradient, which is a two colors that kind of blend into each other. Now in order to achieve this best, what you're going to want to do is select the XP bar, go to hue and saturation, set everything back to 100 except for saturation, and turn it all the way down to 100. Now over this you should see a completely gray thing. Now on top of that, add another layer, overlay the XP bar again, go over here to gradient, go to the color picker at the top, and then choose your two colors. Now since we're going with blue for the hearts, I think we're going to keep this blue theme, so let's pick this nice blue, and then pick this kind of, it's very light, let's maybe keep it like there. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now you're going to want to go over to gradient right here, and you're going to want to select from here all the way to here, and of course adjust it how you like. I'm going to pick the circle and then set it in the middle, and then just kind of go like this. And now you got a cooler looking one. Now at the corners, what you're going to want to do is just select those pixels and then delete them. The easiest way to do this is just hit the delete on your number pad like this. But now you can't see the bars, so what you're going to want to do is on the layer 3 selected, go down to this little wrench over here and click opacity to overlay. Now as you can see, it looks pretty cool in my opinion. It's kind of like glowing. It's it's pretty cool. Now make sure to remove this background layer if you did have one. Flatten these layers, press Ctrl S. Okay, now you have some cool icons. Now next thing that we're going to edit is this widgets.png. Now widgets basically covers when you hover over a button, what color will it turn. The default is this like little blue over here, but I think that we're going to change this to a nicer like maybe like a gradient. I think gradients are the best way to make your pack look a little bit more professional. But of course experiment because you might find some cool tips yourself. Adjust the colors as you will, and then once you're all done, go back down to the wrench, click overlay, and now it actually looks really cool. I actually like that a lot. And for these, as you can see, they are the same texture, so we're just gonna hold down shift, grab a square, Control C, Control V, bring it down. It will automatically overlay, which is very, very cool. Control C again, Control C, Control V again. Just do it for all these. These locks show up when you're trying to lock difficulties. These are not necessary, but again, it's all preference, and I think that it looks pretty cool. And also, if you're wondering how I'm adding to this selection, make sure to hold down Control while you're holding. If you don't, then it will just kind of like, disregard the rest of the selection. So make sure you hold down Control. Or you can go to the top over here and click Add or Union. And now when you hover over these buttons, they will look, I think, a little bit cooler. And now at the top, this is the hotbar, which is, I think, very cool to edit a little bit. Now, like the crossbar, you don't want to overdo it, so make sure to just be very, very simple. But I think that we're going to do maybe a little bit of a glowing effect, just to make it look a little bit, cooler. So go to hue and saturation, adjust the hue however you want. You can adjust the saturation if you want it to look, a little bit more colorful. I think that actually looks good. Now make sure to flatten this, make sure to Control S, make sure it's saved in the right location, and then just save it. Alright, so now we're going to head into the container, which has to do with basically all the inventory type of stuff. So for example, the inventory is right here, the beacon, crafting table, dispenser, enchanting table, which is actually very, very cool. Generic 54 is the chest, and then in creative, the tabs and everything. Now for the chest, there's not a lot that you'd probably want to do. Most of it's fine as it is, but what I would recommend is maybe making these blocks right over here transparent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the magic wand tool, hit shift, and then click on one of the boxes. As you can see, it selected all of this. And then you're going to want to go to number lock, delete. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, I want, maybe like a little bit of black transparency in the back. Do not do that, because Minecraft will automatically take this using the hotbar in the widgets PNG. So just keep it like this, it will be transparent. Now the other thing that I'm going to do is kind of make a nice little gradient on the back over here. So we're going to go like this. And now it looks just a little bit nicer, and we're going to hit Control S and save it in there. Now the final thing that I'm going to go over is something that is, more cosmetic, I guess. And we're going to go into title, and then we're going to go into mojang.png. Now this is where you can actually edit the background of your screen. So for example, when the camera moves around in the beginning, like right here as I'm showing on the screen, you can actually make it in your own world, but it's very difficult to get right, so I might need to make another video on how to make that. So I'm going to open up the Mojang logo right over here, and we're going to put in our own logo in place of it, which is, I think, going to look very, very cool. Now, as you saw in the beginning, I made it with just kind of my font. But for this, I think I have a little bit of a better idea. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove the Mojang logo, or the Mojang text, I should say. We're going to get this over here. We're going to scale it up a little bit, you know, nothing crazy. Center all using the Van der Morten plugin. I would highly suggest getting this plugin if you do not have it already. And in here, what we're going to do is put in a little, you know, maybe our own logo. Now, in order to get this red, you're going to want to get the color picker, left click, just kind of go over the entire logo, like so. And now you can put in your own logo. Merge, flatten down, save, and now we got our a YouTube logo. Now you can go through all of these if you really want. You can edit all of them. They're all very, very cool, but I think that we've gone through the important ones, so we're gonna hop back into Minecraft and apply our changes. Alright, so we are back in Minecraft. Currently, none of the changes are applied. That is because you need to go down to Options, Resource Packs, and then apply your resource packs. So Resource Pack Tutorial by TheTerrain. That's my resource pack. As you can see, our YouTube logo is right over here, which is very, very cool. It does look a little bit weird. I might have to, you know, just kind of mix it up. You can also put your name under it, just to make it look a little bit cooler. And now when we hover over the buttons, you can see the gradient, which looks, I think, very, very cool. Now in our world, you can see the crosshair is changed. I think it looks pretty cool. Of course, just my opinion. The XP bar is very, very nice and neat. We can now see through our kind of player screen. The terrain is right over here. If we look in the chest, it is now transparent. And then we did not change the food bar very much, except we did make it a little bit brighter. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to also check out my other resource pack tutorials. I'm going to be posting a lot more. Sorry, school's been very, very bad lately. It's just a lot of tests. So thank you for watching. I am TheTerrain. Have a good one.